Hey there, lovely listeners. Welcome back to English with Podcast. I'm Nikki.
And I'm Tony. It's great to be back with you all.
Absolutely, Tony. So, what's on the menu for today's episode?
Well, today we're diving into the world of blind dating. You know, those curious, strange, sometimes downright weird experiences people have when they meet someone for the first time without knowing much about them.
Oh, blind dating. I've heard some pretty interesting stories about that.
Same here. From awkward encounters to unexpected surprises, blind dating can really be a roller coaster of emotions.
Definitely. And what better way to explore this topic than by sharing some real-life conversations about it?
Exactly. We'll be diving into a series of dialogues where blind dating is front and center. But before we get into that, let's share our thoughts on blind dating, Nikki.
Oh, for sure. You know, Tony, I once went on a blind date where the person showed up dressed as a pirate.
No way. That must have been quite the sight.
Oh, it was. But you know, despite the initial shock, we actually had a really fun time. It just shows that you never know what to expect with blind dating.
Absolutely. That's the beauty of it, isn't it? The element of surprise.
Definitely. And hey, speaking of surprises, how about we kick off with our first conversation about blind dating?
Sounds like a plan. Let's dive in.
Hi, are you Alex?
Yeah, that's me. You must be Alice.
Nice to meet you.
You too. So, have you been on blind dates before?
No, this is my first time, actually. How about you?
Same here. So, what made you decide to try blind dating?
Well, my friends convinced me to give it a shot. They said that I needed to get out of my comfort zone.
Hey, I see. Yeah, I guess it's good to try new things sometimes.
Definitely. So, do you have any hobbies?
Yeah, I'm really into hiking and photography. How about you?
Oh, nice. I love hiking too, and I enjoy painting in my free time.
That's cool. Maybe we could go for a hike together sometime.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Well, that sounded like a pretty pleasant start to a blind date.
Absolutely. It's always nice when two people can find common ground and share interests.
Definitely. And it seems like Alice and Alex are off to a good start. Let's see where this goes.
Indeed. But before we find out, how about a quick joke to lighten the mood?
Oh, I'm all ears.
Why did the blind man fall down the well?
I don't know. Why?
Because he couldn't see that well.
Oh, Tony, you never fail to crack me up.
Just doing my part to keep the laughter flowing, Nikki. Let's listen the next conversation between Emma and Ryan.
Hi, are you Ryan?
Yeah, that's me. And you're Emma, right?
Yes, that's correct. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So, have you done this blind dating thing before?
No, this is my first time. How about you?
Yeah, I've tried it a couple of times. So, what do you do for work?
I'm a teacher. How about you?
I work in finance. So, what do you like to do for fun?
I enjoy reading and going to art galleries. What about you?
Oh, I'm into sports and hiking. So, do you come here often?
No, this is actually my first time here. Listen, Ryan, I have to ask, is that really you in your profile picture?
Yeah, why?
Because you look nothing like your picture. You said you were into sports, but you don't look like you've seen a gym in years.
Hey, it's not my fault if you have unrealistic expectations.
Unrealistic expectations? I just expected you to look like your picture. This is false advertising.
Well, maybe you should have swiped left then.
Whoa, that conversation took a turn for the worse.
Definitely. It's clear that both Emma and Ryan are feeling frustrated and angry.
Right. It's important to be honest in online dating profiles to avoid situations like this.
Absolutely. Misrepresenting yourself can lead to disappointment and conflict.
Exactly. Let's hope Emma and Ryan can move past this and find someone more compatible in the future.
Agreed. And to all our listeners, remember to be honest and upfront in your online interactions.
Couldn't agree more, Tony. And speaking of new experiences, how about we dive into our third conversation?
Sounds like a plan. Let's see what surprises await us.
Hi, are you Jack?
Yeah, that's me. You must be Sophie.
Yep, that's right. Nice to meet you.
Likewise. So, have you done blind dating before?
Unfortunately, yes. But I'm hoping this one will be better.
Oh, really? What happened on your previous blind dates?
Well, let's just say they didn't exactly go as planned. One guy spent the whole time talking about himself and didn't even ask me a single question.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully, I won't make the same mistake.
Yeah, fingers crossed. So, what do you do for work?
I'm a graphic designer. How about you?
I'm a journalist. I write for a local magazine.
That's cool. Journalism must be an exciting field to work in.
It definitely has its moments. So, what do you like to do for fun?
I enjoy playing soccer and going to concerts. How about you?
I like reading and going for long walks in the park.
Nice. Maybe we could go for a walk together sometime.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Well, that conversation took a bit of a turn. It seems like Sophie has had some rough experiences with blind dating in the past.
Yeah, it's unfortunate when things don't go as planned. But hopefully, this date with Jack will be different.
Absolutely. It's all about finding someone who respects and values you.
Exactly. And who knows? Maybe Sophie and Jack will hit it off despite the rocky start.
Here's hoping. But before we find out, how about another quick joke to lighten the mood?
I'm all ears, Nikki.
Why did the tomato turn red?
I don't know why.
Because it saw the salad dressing.
Classic. You always know how to bring the humor, Nikki.
Thanks, Tony. Let's listen to Anna and Michael in their blind date.
Hi, are you Michael?
Yes, that's me. Nice to meet you, Emma.
Nice to meet you too. So, have you ever tried blind dating before?
No, this is my first time. How about you?
No, it's not my first time. I had previous blind dates in the past. I'm curious to see how it goes.
Yeah, me too. So, what do you do for a living?
I'm a freelance photographer. How about you?
I work in marketing for a tech company.
Interesting. Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, it's not bad. Pays the bills, you know?
Yeah, I get that. So, what do you like to do in your free time?
I enjoy painting and playing video games. How about you?
I like hiking and exploring new places with my camera.
That sounds fun. Maybe we could go on a photography adventure together sometime.
Yay, for sure.
Well, that conversation seemed pretty pleasant overall. It's nice to see Emma and Michael finding some common ground.
Definitely. They both seem genuinely interested in getting to know each other better.
Absolutely. And it just goes to show that blind dating can have its ups and downs, but ultimately, it's all about making connections and being open to new experiences.
Well said, Nikki. And with that, we've come to the end of today's episode.
Before we wrap up, let's review the 5 new words we've learned today. Shall we?
Absolutely. So, let's start with the first word, blind dating. Blind dating.
Right, Tony. Blind dating refers to meeting someone for the first time without knowing much about them. For example, Alice and Alex had a blind date where they hit it off while discussing their hobbies.
That's correct, Nikki. Now, let's move on to the second word, hobbies. Hobbies.
Exactly. Hobbies are activities we enjoy doing in our free time, like hiking or playing guitar. Sophie and Jack bonded over their shared hobby of reading during their blind date.
Well done, Nikki. Now, on to the third word, journalist. Journalist.
Right. A journalist is someone who writes for newspapers or magazines. Emma mentioned she's a journalist when she talked about her work at a local magazine during her date with Michael.
That's it. Moving on to the fourth word, freelance. Freelance.
Yes, Tony. Freelance refers to working independently rather than being employed by a single company. Emma mentioned she's a freelance photographer, meaning she works for herself rather than for a specific company.
Absolutely, Nikki. And finally, our last word, photography. Photography.
Right, Tony. Photography is the art of taking and processing photographs. Emma shared her passion for photography during her date with Michael, mentioning how she loves capturing moments with her camera.
Fantastic job, Nikki. Remember, listeners, practicing these words will help you become more confident in your English skills.
That's all for today. Thanks for tuning in to English with Podcast.
We hope you enjoyed listening and that you learned something new about blind dating and expanding your English vocabulary. And if you have any topics you'd like us to cover in future episodes, feel free to reach out to us on the comments. Until next time, keep learning and expanding your English vocabulary.
Until next time, keep practicing and keep smiling. This is Nikki.
And Tony, signing off. See you next time.